Hello and welcome to another episode of Minecraft here in my solo Let's Play. I am Nudos, and hey, just a quick reminder, if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any. Last time, we worked on cleaning this area up a little bit. We have this a little bit more detailed. This copper is slowly, very slowly aging. We rounded out this path a little bit. We fixed the missing villagers, and we cleared this out so that we can start building a bank. And yeah, we have our ugly house up there. I hope to fix that today as well. But first things first, I want to get this bank started so that we can get this crap, this chest monster, taken care of and actually start organizing the village. I have a couple ideas that I've thought about in creative, and rather than show you what's going on in creative, I think it makes the most sense to just start building it, and we'll see what works as we go along. So the first thing we need to do for this bank is to build out the exterior. So this is the chunk boundary. So in here, that's within the chunk. This is one block outside the chunk, but I'm actually going to start this building out here. And you might be wondering why. Basically, the idea is that I want to be able to make two walls that are 2 blocks thick. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. And the idea here is that by doing a 2 thick wall, it gives me the option to do other things on the inside. Wow, I ran out already. Oops. Rather than just have this or the tough bricks that it's going to be made out of be the interior walls. So we can have, you know, like painted drywall, like a real place, that kind of stuff. So that is why I'm doing that. So let me make a bit more of this. The idea here is this is going to be the foundation layer. There will be stairs going up to the door, and then it's going to be mostly regular tough bricks around that. I might squeeze in some stone bricks, some mossy stone bricks, which reminds me I still need to build that moss farm. So that is the plan for this. I probably don't need all of that, right? That's probably good enough for now. Oh, wow, my bed is way up there now. That's not the space bar. So this is the basic exterior frame. There will be stairs here. This cobblestone is only here because it will be covered up, and it just seemed silly to waste a bunch of valuable resources on that. This is going to be a quartz floor on the inside, except for, so I'm just using the slabs because it's cheaper. There's literally no other reason for this. The interior part here, I was planning on decorating a little bit, so that's why we have this. This is actually going to come like this, and then there will be pillars doing that. Let me just... And I goofed. This little bit here is going to have to be consistent. That will be seen through the doors. So I'm going to go ahead and keep filling this out, and then I'll check back in. So the outside here is starting to take shape. In the corners here, my plan is to put walls instead of full blocks. Let me just show you what I am talking about so that it will make a little bit more sense. I don't need a ton of these, but if you do this, it gives it a slightly more rounded look. I don't know if I want that to go all the way down through the foundation. It's not like rounded, but it takes the edge off. Like literally it takes the edge off. Inside, it took me a little bit of collecting here, but the floor is now in. It's quartz. I kind of want frog lights instead, and I'm not sure that I actually want the lights here in the middle, but I don't have any frog lights right now, and this building needs to be lit up. So for right now, this is what I'm going with. And then once I get some terracotta going, I intend on decorating around these. And then I think the walls, I'm thinking they might be that sort of lavender looking terracotta. I think it's technically blue terracotta, which doesn't, I don't know. Mojang doesn't seem to know how colors work, but maybe I'm missing something with why the terracotta colors are so wonky. But the clay is smelting right now. It's becoming terracotta, and then we can dye it, and then we can move on. Unfortunately, our mason over there, he only sells white terracotta, which is decidedly skin color, and he sells cyan terracotta. Now, cyan terracotta is nice, but it's not the look I want for this particular build, so we're not doing that. This is... I'm gonna run out of this real fast, huh? So the plan with these is this kind of a thing, and there's gonna be some other stuff around it, so don't worry. This will make more sense when it all goes in. But we're gonna do something like that, and I might even take this out and do the same kind of thing here. I'm on the fence about that one. We do need more lights in here, obviously. So for right now, we'll just put some torches down so that it stays lit. And that is that. I don't think that I have the kind of wood that I need for what I want to accomplish, though. I need to grow some of this. Yeah. So as you can see, I've started putting in what I'm thinking of for the interior walls. That is subject to change. But what I also want to do is not that. Seating areas. And the idea here would be that there's likely to be a table in the middle. I'm still working out the particulars on that. Next up is the back counter area and moving the chests in, which will allow me to clean that crap up. So I think this should give you a better idea of the interior. There will eventually be some weathered copper doors here. The doorway I'll figure out as we go. There's going to be probably window, and why don't we actually just get this to give you a better idea of what I'm thinking for this. So one idea that I have, which may or may not work out, we'll see, blah, 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 is to take the approach of it being a bank and do this kind of a thing, and then this kind of a thing on the inside. I think this is actually going to be 3 tall, if I remember from my designs. And then that gives it the idea of how banks tend to have bars on the windows so that people can't break in very easily. But it gives it something different going on in here. And I might do this more as like white stained glass, I think. Yeah, actually, let's just... So now we can do this. Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer. Yeah, so we'll do that kind of a number, and I might mess with this. Maybe it'll stay like this, maybe it won't. This is the light blue terracotta for the walls, which is really more of a lavender, but it kind of fits my theming. And then back along here is going to be chests all the way into probably here, actually. I kind of forgot that I was going to do that. And then what I want to do is probably about here. There's going to be this kind of a thing. Actually, I think I want it to come out one more. Yeah, so this would be, I mean, I don't have people that are employed here, but that would be the general idea, is that the cashiers would work back behind these counters. This would be where the people wait to get their stuff. We'll probably decorate the desks. Dark oak might be too much contrast between all these other things, but dark oak seemed like the sort of thing that a fancy place would have. So I need a little bit more. Okay, and then chests will go there. And then the last thing that I think kind of sells the effect of this being a bank is going to be when I put... So this is what is going to sell the idea of it being a bank. No entry. Employees only. So we're going to do that, and then I'm also thinking that it might, not coming off the wall, that looks stupid, but some kind of something coming out around here, like this. So the idea would be something to this effect. It's not perfect because they don't connect together, but it gives you the idea, and I am now out of dark oak fences. We'll steal that one for now and figure the rest out later. But that gives you the idea of how the dividers would go. So, you know, all the peasants come in here. It's not perfect. You know, normally it would be sort of a zigzaggy thing. There's not really enough room here to make that happen, but it serves the same basic function here. So this is more or less how I want the downstairs to look. Actually, I'm not even sure I'm gonna have an upstairs. We might have like a basement. Maybe down here goes back into a vault or something like that. I think that would be cool. It is kind of right up against that wall anyway, this mountain, so it could do that. Yeah, it's now it's just kind of brainstorming time. It has taken me a very long time to get to this point, but that is the last chest that was out here. I still have to clean that stuff up, obviously. But yeah, we have made a lot of progress in here. So let me plop this down, and then I will show you what I'm talking about. The honey blocks need to go somewhere. These are not necessarily the best sorted, but I tried. So, you know, we're dividing things up. Up here is more like stuff made out of the wood that's down there, stuff made out of the stuff that's down here. You know, I'll figure this out eventually. For right now, I just wanted to get stuff off the street. But that's how that is. I also thought maybe it would be fun to do this and have this be more like a full rug, and then we can put a little table in the middle still. I'm on the fence about that. And then I'm smelting up a little bit more terracotta so that we can finish out the interior walls. And then it's just the roof, which I was thinking I would do copper again. I know that's kind of doing that a lot, but that's my current thought. Originally, I was going to make this a 2-story building, but I'm not sure that makes a ton of sense. So maybe I won't. Maybe I will just do a classic roof on this guy, and then we'll put in this. And then eventually, I think back here in the middle, I'm going to make this a piston door that goes back and over. So that will be like a secret door to the vault. So all the no other people that are on the server can, this single player world, I should say, can steal my stuff. Now we can really appreciate the cleanliness of the town from up here. That curve is kind of weird, huh? It'll make a little bit more sense when I finally build out this bridge. Maybe I should do that soon. In the meantime, I think this terracotta is probably done smelting. I don't know if 32 is actually going to be enough. We'll go find out. It was not enough. Not even close. It was enough for just this back wall, so... Whoops. Alright, well, we have a little bit of extra spare terracotta for now. But there we go. That is the interior done. That's the base of the exterior done. We'll still do some texturing at some point here, and we have to make the roof. But the bank is at least functional now. We have a place that we can store items that isn't the street, and that's nice. So I guess the next thing to do is to work on the house a little bit. That's a lot of thinking. So I know I just said I was going to do something else, but I think I want to put the roof on this. So let me do that. I put something on. I'm out of copper, of course. The idea here was just to have this to break up the major roof, but now I'm a little concerned that it's too samey with that, and also that it doesn't look much like a bank. So I'm gonna keep messing with it. I'm out and about looking for more copper, and I found a pillager outpost, and not the one by us. That's actually just over that mountain back that way. This is another one. It is not that far away. Maybe we go check this out, huh? What? Huh? Wow, he just came by, I guess. In LA. That's exciting. 2 LAs. I need some leads, but I bet we could give them some blocks to convince them to follow us. Hello? Who's hurrying at me? Huh? Okay, bye. Sentry armor trim times 2. Bottle of enchanting. And a sing goat horn. What does that one do? Ah, nice. That's a good one. Okay, that's productive then. How about you die? And we take them home. Okay, so I got them back to the base. The problem is that I don't have any other leads, so I had to steal them off the horses, and the horses are just wandering off now. So that's that, I guess. I will go find some slimes at some point here so that we can deal with these. I guess I can just take these blocks back. Maybe they won't come chasing after me quite so much then. Maybe I'll just name them, just in case. Those name tags are in one of my very nicely organized chests. There they are. There we go. Oh, my cat. Okay. Whew. I thought my cat despawned as part of the update, but fortunately not. All right. Back to work. While I was out, I finally... Now, got some jungle wood. So now we can see what this was actually meant to look like all along. There we go. See, the jungle wood I think blends in a little bit better. I should probably replace these and on the interior as well. But I have saplings, I've got the wood, we can make it happen. So I think I've been building around the base a bit. I think it's time we start converting these into blocks. All right, that frees up some room here. Although I haven't heard any of them die recently, which leads me to suspect that there may be an issue. There's 3 of them. We'll leave it alone for now. I mean, clearly I have plenty of iron, but at some point, it might be worth my while to put a crafter down there. Finally, the first crafter of the series, the world, whatever you want to call it. But that's a future problem. I got to get some copper smelted. So we got all the copper we needed, and I did it as one of those all the corners go in roofs. It's okay. I feel like it's one too tall at the very least. And it definitely needs some accent, some other stuff sticking out of it. Yes. I think that's a better overall height, a better overall pointiness. I just need to mess with it a little bit more, and now, obviously, the light level in here is low. It's also extra dark because I lowered the brightness in my game a little bit. I just wanted to see how much moodier the game could get. But I think we need to do something else with that eventually. But that is going to have to wait. That is gonna have to do it for this episode. I know it's been a little bit shorter, but we did manage to build an entire bank, including the roof. We moved everything from out here in there, and we got 2 allays. I just want to make sure that I get this video out tomorrow, because it's been almost 2 weeks since the last one, and I feel like I don't want to keep you guys waiting another week or longer in between episodes here. So let me work on getting this one out. Next time, I think maybe we'll do something different. I feel like it's been several episodes of just building. We built the farms over there. There was a guardian farm, there was a creeper farm, there was an iron farm. We built the library, you know, whatever that thing's called. We built a bank. So lots and lots of building has been happening, and we are on the 1.21 update, which means I want to get around to doing some exploring now. We never did find the deep dark, so I think that's on the menu, and trial chambers are on the menu. We haven't found an armadillo. There's all kinds of stuff that we still need to do. So I think that will be the initial plan, at least for next time. If you liked the video, if you're still here, I mean, probably you liked the video. So go ahead and give it a like. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.